Hello, sincere apologies for bringing Aso Briefing a little behind schedule. I am Princess Sobra Usman. Straight to our top stories. FCTA moves to boost food security with stronger livestock production. FCTA demolishes cashew garden shanties in Apo over crime sanitation concerns. Nigeria grants Air Tanzania foreign carrier operation permit. You're watching Aso Briefing. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, Star Times TV channel 127, Free TV channel 507, also on the UHF band on channel 38. We now go ahead with details of all our stories. The Federal Capital Territory Administration says it is strengthening livestock production to boost food security and promote sustainable agriculture. FCT Minister of State Dr. Maria Mahmood spoke at the 2025 National Pasture Planning Day in Kawu, Grazing Reserve, Buhari Area Council. She said pasture planting ensures year-round equality feed for livestock, reduces overgrazing, and supports modern settled livestock systems. According to her, this will improve productivity, prevent conflicts, and protect the environment. She described the Cow Grazing Reserve as a strategic asset that could become a model for other states with improved pasture, better water infrastructure, and veterinary services. The minister said this will increase meat and milk production, create jobs, and foster peaceful coexistence. Meanwhile, Minister of Livestock Development Alhaji Idi Mukhtar Meha said 8 new pasture varieties have been released into the national seed system for the first time in 48 years. He assured of the government's commitment to implementing the National Livestock Growth Association strategy. Both ministers called for stronger community government collaboration to make grazing reserves work. They described the planting event as a step towards a productive, modern, and peaceful livestock sector that can empower millions of Nigerians. And more than 900 senior civil servants are taking part in historic computer-based examination to determine their eligibility for promotion. The Federal Capital Territory Civil Service Commission says the test, the first of its kind in Nigeria's public service, will ensure that only competent and tech-savvy officers move into top positions. Our correspondent Usman Katu Umar reports. Sorry, we'll bring you that report in our subsequent bulletin. Moving on, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has pulled down a cluster of illegal shanties and makeshift structures known as the Cashew Garden in Apo, Abuja, as part of a renewed city-wide sanitation drive. Officials said the settlement had become a hideout for criminal elements and illicit drug dealers. Our correspondent Usman Katu Umar reports that the demolition is part of a broader security operation to reclaim public spaces across the FCT. His reports.
The rumble of heavy machinery broke the morning calm in Apo's cadastral zone E27 as bulldozers defied the heavy downpour and tore through rows of ramshackle huts and wooden stalls. This was Cashew Garden, an unplanned settlement that, according to the FCT authorities, had become a safe haven for miscreants. Leading the operation, Town Planner Mukhtar Usman Galadima, Director of Development Control, said the demolition followed a directive from the FCT Security Committee to clear all illegal structures across the city.
Who gave them the permission? The question is who gave them the permission to stay there? In fact, from what we have seen now, and based on the directive given, we are taking over the place. All those that claim to have policy is considered as revoked because it's like they are the one harboring these people to stay here and then go about the city committing crimes. So, as have been directed by the FCT Security Council, this place, we are going to take it over, we are going to possess it as part of the FCTA land.
The area, officials say, was originally allocated for residential development, but years of neglect by allottees allowed the site to degenerate into a sprawling shanty town. Galadima warned that plot owners who permitted such illegal occupations risk losing their allocations. He explained that the location sits along a planned road corridor an extension of the Oladipo Dia Street, designated to connect FHA Apo to Guzape Phase 2. Security officials were also on the ground, including the FCT's Director of Security Service, Adamu Gwari, who, represented by Peter Olumuji, Secretary, FCTA Security Department's Command and Control Center, warns that Abuja would no longer provide safe shelter for criminals.
This place we are today, right now, Apo Guzape, you can see by yourself that we have people that deals in illicit drugs, and we've been able to apprehend 2 suspects today, which have been handed over to the NDLEA. One thing we want criminal elements to know, that FCT is not a place they can hibernate again. Wherever you go, we are going to pursue you and smoke you out.
Authorities say similar cleanup exercises will continue across the capital, from the inner city district to the outskirts, in a bid to restore order and security to Nigeria's seat of power. Usman Katun Umar, Aso Television News.
Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Mr. Adeboyega Oyetola, has stated the federal government's commitment to making Barrow River Port in Niger State a vibrant inland gateway. The minister made the statement during his appearance before the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on stakeholders' engagement on the challenges and prospects of the Barrow River Port on Tuesday at the National Assembly. He acknowledged how the port has struggled to operate at capacity since its commissioning in 2019 due to gaps in supporting infrastructure and navigability. He also outlined concrete steps to overcome the existing challenges and unlock its full economic potential.
Part of what we're trying to do is to ensure the need to do a lot of dredging. Unfortunately, we are hampered by the scarcity of funds. NIWA was supposed to dredge about 2,000 kilometers of dredging, but in terms of fund requirements, that would run to billions of naira. NIWA does not have that kind of funds, from the last allocation that was given to NIWA. So basically, dredging will have been the major thing that should have been done from the ministry's perspective, but there's the problem of funds.
On his presentation, Managing Director of the National Inland Waterways Authority, Mr. Bola Oyebamiji, recalled the Barrow Port was first established in 1908 by Lord Lugard to facilitate the shipment of agricultural produce and livestock, serving as a major trade link between northern and southern Nigeria. He noted that the port holds significant economic potential for the country, with all necessary facilities and equipment already in place. On his part, the Minister of Transportation, Saidu Ahmed Al-Khali, revealed that his ministry is developing a rail line to connect Barrow Port with the rest of the country. He acknowledged funding as a major hurdle and appealed to lawmakers for adequate budgetary provisions to ensure the linkage is completed.
The Federal Ministry of Transportation has a critical role in the operation of the Barrow Inland Port through ensuring effective execution of the ongoing rehabilitation of the 190-kilometer all-rail narrow gauge from Minna to Barrow. This rail line will be connected to the old Lagos-Kano narrow gauge for freight rehabilitated by this administration. The route has been put into use, although the operation is recently interrupted by the Mokwa flood incidents.
Chairman of the House Ad Hoc Committee, Saidu Musa Abdullahi, earlier in his message said the panel's role is not investigative but facilitative, aimed at ensuring the full operationalization of the port. He said the current engagement will be followed by a national stakeholders forum to build consensus and mobilize political, technical, and financial backing for the project.
By the time we're done with this assignment, we will have succeeded in coming up with a framework that will guide future engagement in projects related to to this. Anything that has to do with big infrastructure, I'm sure we'll come up with a framework that will serve as a guide to the executive.
The committee, after submissions by the ministers and other heads of agencies, resolved to embark on an on-the-spot assessment to the port on Saturday to see what would be done to make the operations a reality. The owner of Abaji and chairman FCT Traditional Council of Chiefs, Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa, has commended town planner Sadiq Ahmed for his efforts in assisting the less privileged in the society. The traditional ruler made this commendation during an empowerment program for women organized by town planner Ahmed in conjunction with Mr. Ibrahim Salihu Baban Lami, a councillorship candidate for Southeast Ward, Abaji. Our correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar completes the reports.
Represented by his chief of staff, Alhaji Sule Salihu Kakamba, the owner of Abaji, Alhaji Adamu Baba Yunusa, praised God for blessing the community with a generous individual like town planner Ahmed, who always has the welfare of the less privileged, especially women, orphans, and widows at heart. He called on the wealthy in society to emulate town planner Ahmed's philanthropic spirit.
Not only important in Abuja, but they are judges across the East Area Council. I want to appeal to where to do people to please pick for what you have been doing, because it's not the amount of money. We must not be a millionaire to assist people. What amount of having, we learn how to give to people. That alone will increase more, will increase the what you even having.
In an interview, town planner Sadiq Ahmed, member FCE Elawe Ekiti State, emphasized that assisting the downtrodden has always been a core part of his values. Long before his collaboration with Honorable Babal Lami, he reminded the rich that their wealth is a trust from God meant to be used to assist the less privileged.
It's a responsibility that the rich should know. Maybe they keep forgetting that the reason why God chooses you is for you to remember that there are people that need such kind of outreach. Whether it's openly done, whether it's secretly done, it is always the reason of riches, because the best among mankind is he who benefits mankind. Khairun nas man yanfa'un nas.
Honorable Ibrahim Salihu Babalami, APC councillorship candidate Southeast Ward Abaji, expressed his joy at the gesture, while the beneficiaries were overjoyed and grateful for the support.
I am overjoyed and excited that it's not a very little privilege for somebody, your brother, your colleagues, to come out and buoyantly supported you for what you also, on your own opinion, are seeking for.
I'm sure with this little amount, they are going to start the business, and inshallah is going to put them through.
We really appreciate the help the Honorable gave to us. We are grateful, thank you, and may Allah protect him and grant him all his wishes.
The highlight of the occasion was the presentation of 30,000 naira to each of the 67 selected women who benefited from the program, witnessed by dignitaries from within and outside Abaji. Abdullahi Mukhtar, Aso Television News.
And coming up on Aso Briefing, Nigeria grants Air Tanzania foreign carrier operation permit. Stay with us for details of this and more stories after the break. Skip, you are watching.
We were warned about this man. Because we did not listen, the young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi. Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajan?
We were just talking about offering Ojigija a seat on the council.
They want to be praised. He has 2 wives. So why are you making it look like it is a big deal?
Welcome back. Moving on, as part of activities to commemorate the 2025 International Youth Day, with this year's theme, Youth Advancing Multilateral Cooperation Through Technology and Partnerships, We the Youth International Foundation, WYI, has launched social impact applications to engage and create employment opportunities for the youth. Founder and chairman, We the Youth International, Mr. Azuna Chukwu, while addressing journalists during the International Youth Day celebration, held in Abuja, emphasized the need and importance of youths in engaging with social impact applications to boost technological advancement in the country. Oluwapelumi Adeyemi completes the story.
The founder and chairman with the Youth International, Mr. Azuna Chukwu, has urged the youth to embrace the newly launched social impact application created by the foundation in order to tackle unemployment and open wide range of opportunities. Mr. Azuna stated that the application also serves as a medium in connecting various mentors and youth to ensure they are guided in the right path of their careers.
We didn't just want to come celebrate International Youth Day. Since it's all about using technology to impact on lives, we decided to also showcase some of the apps we built for youth, especially at social impact applications. One of them, as you saw, is the We They Use platform itself that can be downloaded on the app stores, any of the stores, that allows them to, communicate, to actually make calls, chat. And it's a social platform. They can do everything that they do on any social platform. We found out that the United Nations, today is International Youth Day. We found out that they don't have a day for unemployment. And so we are calling on everybody who has been unemployed, or somebody who is not employed, to actually sign a petition, to compel the United Nations to create a day for an International Day for Unemployment.
As part of President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda in supporting the youth, Director General City Boy Movement for President Tinubu, Honorable Tosin Francis Shoga, urged Nigerian youth to seize the opportunity in advancing developments of the country by embracing, innovating and utilizing the use of technologies.
We also take the opportunity to remind young people that the future of the country belongs to them, that everybody should partake in one thing or the other that can create development, that can take over the space of the future of the country, so that every young man will have a better future and also a planned one.
Various speakers and participants shared their thoughts about the International Youth Day and appreciated We the Youth International for organizing a memorable event and also launching new social impact applications.
First of all, let me appreciate the organizers of this event, the We the Youth team. It's an awesome platform they are creating for the Nigerian youth. And to all Nigerian youth out there, I want to say it's actually time for us to take what is ours. And to do this, we need to leverage on technology as an enabler to help us get to where we need to be.
Mr. Bright taught us a whole lot on startups and ideas, how to conceptualize it, the smart idea for business. It's been quite impactful for us, and I find it very, very educating to be here today. And I don't think if I'd missed this opportunity to get enlightened on some of the things I already know, I'll feel really bad, because this is they came really prepared, and I am very, very impressed by what I've seen so far.
The foundation reiterates its commitment in collaborating with the government in eradicating youth unemployment through innovations and creation of various technological social impact applications. Lumi Adeyemi, Aso Television News.
And still on International Youth Day, the Caleb Danladi Foundation has joined the global community to celebrate International Youth Day, recognizing the energy, creativity and resilience of young people across the world. In a statement to mark the occasion, the founder, Caleb Danladi Bako, reaffirmed his belief that youth are not just leaders of tomorrow, but leaders of today, driving innovation, building businesses, promoting peace, addressing some of society's biggest challenges. He said this year's celebration is a reminder that when young people are equipped with the right skills, resources and opportunities, they transform lives and community.
Government has shown a lot of political will. They have implemented a lot of policies in place to ensure that youth have a sense of inclusiveness. One of those policies is the creation of the Ministry of Youth Development from the former what we call Ministry of Youth and Sports. So that shows the political will from the government side, and the Minister of Youth today is a young person, unlike before where you have the Minister of Youth that is all above the age of 50. So it shows a political will. So let's quickly look at some of the policies that have been put in place. And one of those policies that have been put in place, we look at the success of the Empower, the graduate internship scheme under the defunct Shopee. We also look at recently the 3MTT, the 3 million technical talent under the Federal Ministry of Information and Digital Economy. We also have to look at NIDA have been training various youth on different skill acquisition. So I believe the Nigerian government has done remarkably well in terms of youth development, even though a lot also need to be done because of our demographic population.
Here are Nigerian youths to be good ambassadors of the country and show patriotism.
Nigerian youths to focus. I also want to encourage Nigerian youths to represent Nigeria anywhere they go, because a good name is better than riches. They should stay focused, they should stay hardworking, they should be innovative, because the world is no longer invented today, it's innovation. So when you have innovation, you have solutions to the problem we have in communities today. We have issues of electricity, water, so these youths can be able to bring up all these solutions. And today, in developing countries, certification alone is not enough. But if you have skill acquisition, it's going to go a long way. So I have to encourage youth to go into skill acquisition. I want to encourage youth to go into politics. Not too young to run is there. It has already provided a platform for them that will enable them to represent properly in anywhere they go. They will be able to be involved in policy making, decision making in the whole country.
The Caleb Danladi Foundation restated its commitment to investing in education, skill training, entrepreneurship, and mentorship programs to help young people thrive in an ever-changing world. The federal government of Nigeria officially issued a foreign carrier operation permit to Air Tanzania Company Limited at the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development in Abuja. The Permanent Secretary, Dr. Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, represented by Ahmed Tijani Mohammed, said the permit will improve operational efficiency, safety and collaboration between Nigeria and Tanzania's aviation sector in line with international best practices and President Tinubu's regional integration. Air Tanzania plans to begin direct flights between Dar es Salaam and Lagos after meeting with Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority requirements, including securing local security operation procedures approval. The airline is also seeking office space at the Lagos Murtala Mohammed International Airport and residence permit for staff. Tanzania's High Commissioner to Nigeria, Celestine Gervais, praised Nigeria's cooperation, calling the country the gateway to prosperity for African nations. The Director, Air Traffic Regulation, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, Yinka Babaoye, stated that Nigeria is looking forward to seeing Air Tanzania commence operation in Nigeria, assuring them that Nigeria has a lot of potentials to make the aviation industry thrive. Nigeria's Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has announced the resolution of two recent high-profile aviation disputes involving passenger Ms. Comfort Emansin and Fuji musician Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, popularly known as Kwamwan. In a statement, the minister said after consultations with stakeholders and individuals involved, the minister has conferred with Ibom Air to withdraw its criminal complaint against Ms. Comfort, her release from Kirikiri prison this week, and the airline operators of Nigeria to lift her lifetime flight ban. On Kwamwan, the minister has directed his flight ban be reduced to 1 month, appointed FAM Public Ambassador for Airport Security Awareness, and for NCCA to drop his criminal complaint. Furthermore, the minister has requested that the ValueJet pilots Captain Oluwaranti Agoyi and First Officer Ivan Oloba have their licenses restored after 1 month suspension. According to the statement, a sector-wide aviation security retreat will begin next week to retrain security staffs on managing disruptive passengers, de-escalation, and improving passenger-staff relations. The minister stressed that actions were taken on compassionate grounds, not as leniency towards aviation security breaches, and warned of stricter enforcement in the future. The Federal Capital Territory FCT is gearing up to become Nigeria's top year-end destination as the emerging Abuja program of the KHL officially unveiled plans for the maiden edition of Abuja Govi December AGD a 16-day cultural entertainment and tourism festival scheduled for December 15 to 31st, 2025. During a World Conference in Abuja, chairman of the Groovy December Committee, Mr. Imo Ebang, outlined the festival's vision to position Abuja as a global tourism hub, tapping into Nigeria's underutilized tourism potential. He said the event will feature over 35 activities, with 70% of them hosted at the Moshood Abiola Stadium. According to the organizers, AGD will leverage Abuja's unique advantages, modern infrastructure, scenic landscapes, cooler climate, and central location to provide a more sophisticated and less congested alternatives to other Nigerian December destinations. The target audience spans domestic tourists from across Nigeria, the African diaspora returning for the holiday, international visitors seeking authentic African experience, and regional tourists from neighboring West African countries. Mr. Iban called on private sector, Nigerians in diaspora, corporate sponsors, and government agencies to invest in the project, which is projected to contribute to the FCT's internally generated revenue and the over 11 trillion naira in tourism revenue expected in 2025. The committee also urged residents to support the Clean Abuja campaign by repainting dirty walls and fences ahead of the event and appealed to motorists to obey traffic rules during the festive period. Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy Wale Edun has commended Lotus Capital's leadership in promoting non-interest finance in Nigeria, emphasizing that collaboration between the public and private sectors will be essential to mobilizing sustainable long-term capital for national development. A statement signed by Director of Information and Public Relations, Ministry of Finance, Mohammed Manga, disclosed that the minister gave the commendation in his office in Abuja when he received the high-level delegation from Lotus Capital Limited, led by its managing director, Hajara Adeola. The statement noted that the meeting explored ways of expanding Nigeria's non-interest finance sector as a driver of inclusive economic growth, centered on how initiatives such as non-interest real estate investment fund and a regular sovereign sukuk insurance program could attract ethical investment into critical infrastructure, boost market liquidity, and widen access to finance for underserved communities. The meeting underscores the ministry's commitment to exploring innovative financing solutions for Nigeria's economic growth and development, highlighting the importance of public-private partnership in driving progresses in the non-interest finance sector. And that's Aso Briefing for today. Many thanks for watching. I am Princess Sobra Usman. Good afternoon.